brutal moments when bears hunt mercilessly. In the northernmost regions, it is covered with snow all year round, the day is summer, the night is winter, and whether it is day or night, the North Pole is very cold. With thick fur and long sharp claws, polar bears can warm up and move easily on the ice. In search of food, they move continuously on the ice throughout the day. They prefer to live alone, and when they meet another bear, there can be a fierce battle. Polar bears are fierce and resilient. Their eyes have a light permeable membrane that acts like a pair of sunglasses, and their feet allow them to slide on the ice like a professional skier. With strong jaws and a keen sense of smell, the polar bear is an adept hunter in this frozen Arctic region. The white fur helps it camouflage well while hunting, especially when they hide the black nose under its claws. Polar bears are twice as big as a lion and weigh about 1,000 kilograms. It is also the largest terrestrial carnivore. So what animals will polar bears eat? Have you ever witnessed how brutal a bear hunts? Watch the video of the channel to learn about how bears hunt. Bears and seals. When summer comes, the sea ice begins to melt and polar bears take advantage of these icebergs to camouflage quote hunting seals. In the clip, when discovering the seals lying in the sun, the white bear quickly moves cleverly, hiding under the ice. When the seals discovered the appearance of the white bear, it was too late. The polar bear's diet is white dolphins, sea elephants and rodents. However, the polar bear's favorite food is seals. Even according to animal researchers, this large carnivore would hardly survive without seals. Despite its rather large size, from 400 to 600 kilograms, the white bear is quite agile when hunting. A seal that has been targeted by a polar bear has a hard time escaping. When they eat, they shed the seal's skin and usually eat only the subcutaneous fat and entrails. Only when they are too hungry do they eat the whole carcass of their prey. Polar bears are very patient. It can lie for an hour waiting for the seal to come to the surface. It will camouflage so that the prey does not notice. Then approach the seal, the opportunity came, it ran quickly and grabbed the prey and then killed the seal. Female bears will take 5 to 6 years to mature, and male bears will need 7 to 8 years to mature. Polar bears usually give birth to 1 to 2 cubs, each about 700 to 900 grams. Seals are the favorite and most popular food of this polar bear. Resources on land can hardly compensate for seals, meaning the bears are more susceptible to starvation. One polar bear would need to consume about 1.5 reindeer, 37 salmon, 74 snow geese, 216 snow goose eggs to equal the energy obtained from an adult seal. North American grizzly bear and Siberian tiger. What would this confrontation be like if these two animals fought each other? Siberian tigers and grizzly bears are both lords of the environment in which they live. As for the Siberian tiger, it is the forest that stretches south of the Russian Far East. As for grizzly bears, they are the lords of the creatures of North America. The Siberian tiger is one of the 9 modern tiger subspecies, including 3 extinct species. The Siberian tiger is the most cold-tolerant, and it is distributed in northeastern Asia. The Siberian tiger, known as the quote, Lord of the Taiga Forest, is the most dangerous animal in Russia. Tigers often hunt large creatures such as deer, elk, wild boar, and even bears. Both animals are predatory assassins with a range of deadly weapons. The Siberian tiger is the largest feline creature in the world, with a body length of up to 2 meters and a weight of up to 300 kilograms. Even in heavy snow, Siberian tigers easily gallop, reaching speeds of about 80 kilometers per hour, equivalent to a car running on a highway. An adult grizzly bear is also extremely large, even larger than a Siberian tiger. It can weigh up to 400, even 600 kilograms. When standing on 2 legs, grizzly bears are like walking mountains because they are 3.3 meters tall. The strength of the grizzly bear lies in its jaws, with a bite force of up to 1,250 psi, while the Siberian tiger only reaches 250 psi, but still enough to crush animal bones. The tiger's teeth are longer and more pointed, causing more serious injury to any creature. The set of claws is also something grizzly bears can be proud of. They have longer and sharper claws than any other tiger, making it easier to knock down prey. Tigers have superior hunting skills. They know exactly where to bite to kill their prey quickly. They know when to use claws. According to the above analysis, when the war between these two beasts occurs, perhaps they are all equal, not yet determined victory or defeat. Grizzly bear and wolf. Normally, grizzly bears always try to avoid collision when hunting, but the depletion of food sources has changed their behavior, becoming more aggressive and ready to fight with other animals to compete for a meal. Grizzly bears and wolves are two apex predators in the wild that have coexisted for millennia. Both animals are native to North America, living in similar climatic conditions in several states such as Montana, Wyoming, and Washington. If before, when the amount of food was still abundant, these two animals would not be foolish to encroach on other children's areas to cause a situation of competition. However, in the era of climate change, the amount of food is increasingly scarce. In order to survive, war is inevitable. If talking about the relationship between two wild animals, each side has its own characteristics and strengths. The gray wolf is the largest and most famous member of the canine family. They are herd predators, so they have a very successful hunting performance. Not only that, each member of the herd is a master hunter of prey, possessing strong health, teamwork skills, and incredible intelligence. A gray wolf can chase prey at a speed of 65 km per hour for a long time. To communicate with members of the pack, the gray wolf will emit its characteristic loud and long howl. The wolf's rival, the grizzly bear, is a Latin word for ferocious. Grizzly bears are solitary animals, often congregating around rivers, lakes, and streams during spawning season. An adult grizzly bear can be from 2 to 4 meters tall, with an average weight of about 500 kilograms. Based on his massive size plus developed muscles and tremendous strength, grizzly bears have almost no rival in the North American region. In the video below, we will admire the dispute over a meal of large fish by the river between a grizzly bear and 4 wolves. It can be seen that the wolves are the first to discover the food and are enjoying it. Then, by chance, a hungry grizzly bear, smelling a delicious meal, came running from the other side with a desire to share. Of course, wolves are not hospitable people. Discovering that strangers want to steal their food, they become aggressive and find ways to chase them away. However, with a hungry stomach that was tormenting, nothing could stop the grizzly bear. Despite the wolves' efforts to stop them, the grizzly bear with overwhelming strength won. In the end, the wolves had to agree to share the food with the invaders. Polar bears and whales. The Arctic is one of the most extreme climates on Earth. Here, the temperature is always below 0 degrees Celsius. There are almost no trees. The night lasts up to 6 months a year, and the sun only rises once a year. As harsh as it is, however, the Arctic is home to countless animals ranging from size to small. There is a relatively recognizable feature of animals living in the Arctic, which is their snow-white fur. There are a few species such as polar bears, snow rabbits, white whales, snow owls. Polar bears are the most feared and dangerous predators. An adult polar bear weighs between 5 and 700 kilograms and is more than 2 meters long. Thanks to the thick fur that covers the paws, bears easily withstand the harsh cold to move on large ice sheets in search of food. Bears' white fur is also a quote coat to help them camouflage in the snow. There is an interesting fact that behind the white coat is black skin that helps the bear not to be sunburned by the sun. The main prey of polar bears is usually seals and walruses. Unlike most predators, polar bears prefer to hunt alone, and hunts usually take place in the winter. This is a rather picky animal. Usually they will peel the skin of their prey and only eat the fat layer under the skin and their intestines. First, the bear stands on a ledge, then waits for high tide. High tide is the time to bring prey to polar bears. Next, more than 3,000 white whales are moving closer to the shore. The job of polar bears when hunting is to be really patient. Hunting success depends on precise timing. The bear plunged into the sea, bit the whale in the head and finished it off in one stroke. The bear drags its prey ashore and together they enjoy the sumptuous feast. Bear and deer. In the wild forest, a grizzly bear is an animal with invincible strength. The grizzly's favorite prey is deer, wild boar. But grizzly bears can also sometimes eat plants to sustain life. Grizzly bears are large and bulky in appearance, slow but are classified as carnivores, able to hunt even agile prey such as deer because they need a large amount of energy to accumulate through the cold winter. Grizzly bears rarely expend energy to hunt for prey such as swa, tiger or lion because they have a varied, omnivorous diet that includes food from plants to animals, but when necessary, it can still accelerate up to 56 km per hour to hunt. Due to the similarity of habitat, the encounters between grizzly bears with many other carnivores such as wolves or mountain lions are inevitable, although grizzly bears lead a solitary lifestyle, but not so much less dangerous than other wild animals. Predators must be very wise, experienced and have a herd of followers to dare to confront grizzly bears with powerful slaps or strong bite force, 1,200 pounds, enough to crush a bowling ball. In the following video, we will witness the scene of a grizzly bear eating a deer savagely. The bear is leisurely looking for food in the forest. It looks very closely and sniffs. Then out of nowhere appeared a stray baby deer. Taking this opportunity, grizzly bears could not afford to pass up the wonderful bait. It stood watching the baby deer and slowly approached its prey. The time has come, the grizzly bear quickly grabs the prey and kills it immediately. A young deer is no match for a bear. Bear and salmon. Between mid-July and early September, Brook Falls in Alaska's Katmai National Park becomes an ideal rendezvous for grizzly bears living here to hunt for salmon. At around this time, salmon begin to cross the falls to enter Brooks Lake to spawn, and with a height of only about 1.8 meters, it is enough for salmon to cross easily into the Brooks River, so this is a favorite intersection for bears to get free meals. The Alaskan brown bear is an individual of the North American grizzly bear, Ursus arctos horribilis, living in the southern coastal regions of Alaska, weighing from 363 to 544 kilograms. They usually hibernate about 7 months of the year and lose a lot of body weight during that time. After a long sleep with a hungry stomach, the salmon in the process of crossing the waterfall to lay eggs is an important source of nutrients for the bear. Most grizzly bears prefer solitary activity, and because of the abundance of food, there is almost no competition. The amount of nutrients grizzly bears accumulate during the spawning period is equivalent to the amount of nutrients they accumulate for the rest of the year. Contrary to the hard days to hunt for prey, at the present time, the giant brown bear can easily fill its big belly with delicious, nutritious salmon. It chooses a position that is most convenient for itself, then waits for the salmon to throw themselves into the air. Just waiting for that, the giant brown bear will quickly open its mouth wide, rush to bite the salmon, absolutely not giving the prey a chance to survive. The face of the wild brown bear clearly shows the joy and excitement of being full and comfortable without having to hunt hard. Although in the process of going upstream, salmon encounter many dangers and risks, but as a cycle that cannot be abandoned, salmon will still find ways to fulfill their obligations and responsibilities. Grizzly bear and bison. A battle between the two largest animals in North America and Yellowstone National Park shows the absolute power between grizzly bears and bison if they come face to face. A grizzly bear and an immature bison face off in a fierce battle. Both are large animals rushing into each other, pulling to the riverbank with a final victory for the grizzly bear. This is not the first time a grizzly bear has attacked a bison. The grizzly bears will eat meat whenever they see potential prey, including hoofed creatures like bison. Be it a polar bear or a grizzly bear in the jungle, they're all wild animals and are very capable of hunting. Currently, bears are also being preserved from human hunting. Which bear's hunting moment do you think is the scariest? Please leave a comment below. Like, share and subscribe to the channel to know more about wild animals.